Hi, and welcome back. Okay, so we are up to Solo, a Star Wars story. We've watched this now. We just finished in 3D. Pretty cool. Again, if you're just stumbling upon our video, we are going through and watching the Star Wars movie and some of the series as well in timeline order. So we're going through. We're up to Solo. We've done the prequels. Now the next one in the order is Solo, a Star Wars story. We watched it in 3D in our theater here, and our review of this. This is a movie that, again, when it came out, it's looked upon, I guess, as one of the weaker movies because it didn't do as well as some of the others financially in the box office. I think a lot of that is kind of unfair. I think a lot of that goes back to The Last Jedi and the reaction to that, and then the fact that it followed it up only 6 months later. So I think there was a little bit of Star Wars fatigue and backlash from The Last Jedi that affected this movie. Because this is not a bad movie in my opinion. I like it. Watching it again, I still enjoyed it. It's a fun movie. It's just it's just a fun movie. That's all it is really, basically. I think it does a good job of introducing you to Han Solo, basically, and Chewbacca and how they met and where they came from and some of their story. So I think it's just meant to be a fun movie. And that's what it does. I think it accomplishes its goal. It's enjoyable. It has a lot going on. I think the actor, and I can't remember his name, who plays Han Solo, I mean, it's a tall order to play a role that obviously was made famous by Harrison Ford. I don't think anybody's really going to be perfect in that role, but I think he does a fine job. I think he's pretty decent as far as picking up some of the mannerisms and the speech patterns and things like that of Han Solo. So I think it's as good as can be expected as far as that goes. I don't think it's fair to criticize him for how he played the part, and the rest of it I think is pretty good. The story is pretty good. The heist element of it and the underworld tie-ins and stuff like that. I think that's a good addition to Star Wars. I'd like to see more of that. I kind of wish that they had followed this up with something else, but again, because of backlash and other things, Disney, I guess, kind of thought that this was a dead end and they weren't going to continue on that. So unfortunately, I don't know that we'll get any more stories that follow along with this. But when they introduce the the underworld element and the Crimson Dawn and Darth Maul in there, I'd like to see that they continue that some more. And again, as we've been talking about through this, a lot of that has been brought in through the Clone Wars and some of the other series tie-ins and things like that. So a lot of that has been filled in, which is really nice, and I think helps a lot of the stories, this one included, that you have some of these other elements and these other pieces that fill in the gaps in these stories. So yeah, it's a very enjoyable movie in my opinion. It's always it's just fun to watch. And the 3D I think is really effective if you have a chance to experience that. I think do it because I really enjoy the 3D. It just makes it a special viewing experience, and it does add depth to the movie. So anyway, that's it for Solo. Now our next step, I believe, then we'll be going through the Obi-Wan series. So I don't know exactly how we're going to do that. If you have some ideas, I don't know if probably, I don't know if we're going to make a video for episode by episode, or if I'll just make one video summing up the whole series. I guess there's like 8 episodes, I think. So it's not crazy, but I don't know if I'm going to make an episode, a video for each episode. So let us know what you think. But anyway, what you think as far as how we should continue, what you think of Solo, any other points you want to make as far as Star Wars, let us know and join the conversation. Okay, we will see you next time.